Welcome to my channel. Have you ever walked a road that felt so heavy, so painful, that you thought you could never continue? But later, you realized that same road gave you the strength you never knew you had? Today, I will share my story, the road that broke me but also built me. Stay with me, because every part of this story has a lesson that can change the way you see your own journey. Chapter 1: The Beginning of the Road. When I look back at my journey, I often think about how everything started. In the beginning, the road looked so normal, so simple, like any other road I had walked before. It was just life waking up, doing what I always did, following the same routine. At first, I did not even notice that I was walking into something that would change me forever. The road felt safe, even comfortable. But sometimes in life, the road that looks easiest at the start can slowly turn into the hardest walk of your life. That is what happened to me. I remember the first small challenges that came my way. They were not big problems, just little things that tested my patience. Maybe it was a failure in something I worked hard for. Maybe it was hearing the word no when I really wanted to hear yes. Maybe it was people around me not believing in me or even laughing at my dreams. At first, I told myself, it is nothing, I can handle this. But deep inside, I felt a little weaker each time. Like a small stone in my shoe, it did not stop me, but it made every step a little more painful. The truth is, the road began to change slowly. What started as a simple walk became heavier. I noticed that every day felt harder. Sometimes, even simple tasks became mountains in front of me. I did not understand why. I just knew I was walking into something bigger than me, something I could not escape. And the scariest part was that I had no map, no clear way to see where this road was taking me. But maybe that is what life does. It does not give us a map. It gives us a road and it asks us to walk. At the beginning, I thought I was just moving forward like always. But little did I know, this was the beginning of the road that would break me, and at the same time, build me into the person I was meant to be. Chapter 2: The Moment It Felt Too Heavy. There came a day when the road did not feel like just a road anymore. It felt like a weight on my shoulders. Every step I took felt harder than the one before. I remember waking up one morning and thinking, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to keep walking. That was the first time I truly felt the heaviness of the journey. Life has a strange way of testing us. At first, the tests are small, but then they grow. I started to face problems that I had never imagined before. Things I thought would always stay the same began to break. Plans I trusted in began to fall apart. People I counted on suddenly left. The road felt darker, colder, and more lonely. I asked myself, why me? Why is this happening? But no answer came, only silence. It was in that silence that I started to feel something new: fear. Fear that maybe I was not strong enough. Fear that maybe I would fail completely. Fear that maybe this road would destroy me. I carried that fear with me every day. It was like a shadow that followed me everywhere I went. No matter how fast I walked, it stayed close behind. There were days I wanted to stop walking completely. I wanted to sit down, give up, and say, this is the end. I can't do this anymore. And maybe you have felt the same way too, like the road in front of you is too long, too hard, too heavy. But here is the truth I did not know at that time. The moments that feel too heavy are not the end of the story. They are the beginning of something new. At that time, I only saw the pain. I only saw the weight. I only saw the fear. I did not know that the very road that was breaking me was also shaping me. Slowly, piece by piece, it was building me into someone stronger. But before I could see that, I had to walk through the hardest part of all. Chapter 3. The Fall That Taught Me. There was one moment on this road I will never forget. It was the day I finally fell. I had been carrying too much weight inside me, the fear, the doubts, the pain, and I could not hold it anymore. I tried to stay strong. I tried to keep walking. But one small problem pushed me over the edge. It was not even the biggest problem I had faced. It was just one more thing, one more stone on the pile. And suddenly, I fell down. I remember sitting on the ground, my head in my hands, feeling like everything was over. In that moment, I thought, this is it. This is where I stop. I cannot go on anymore. My eyes were full of tears, my chest felt heavy, and my mind was full of questions. Why did life break me? Why was the road so hard? Why did I feel so alone? But here is the strange thing. Sometimes falling teaches us more than standing ever could. When I was on the ground, I finally stopped pretending to be strong. I allowed myself to be weak. I allowed myself to cry. I allowed myself to feel the pain I had been hiding. And in that moment of weakness, I discovered something I never expected. I was still alive. Even though I had fallen, I was still breathing. Even though I was broken, I was still here. That realization changed me. I understood that falling is not the end. Falling is a lesson. It teaches you what truly matters. It shows you how much strength you really have. It teaches you that even when everything seems lost, you still have one thing left, the choice to get back up. So I made a choice that day. I wiped my tears, I took a deep breath, and I told myself, I will not end here. This is not the last page of my story. I will rise again. It was not easy, and it did not happen in one day. But that fall became the first step to a new beginning. Chapter 4. The Small Steps That Saved Me. After my fall, I knew I could not stand up and run right away. My body was tired, my mind was weak, and my heart was still healing. But I also knew one truth. If I wanted to move forward, I had to start small. So I took one small step. It was not a big victory, it was not a huge success, but it was a step, and that step saved me. Many people think success comes from one big action, one big moment, or one big win. But in my life, I learned that real change happens in small steps. Each day, I tried to do just a little bit. One day, I told myself to stand up and walk a few steps forward. Another day, I tried to smile again, even if it was only for a few seconds. Another day, I wrote down my thoughts, just to let the pain leave my head and go onto paper. These small actions look simple, but they slowly began to rebuild me. I also noticed something very powerful. Each small step gave me a little bit of strength. Each small win gave me a little bit of hope. And when you put many small steps together, they turn into a big journey. I did not realize it at first, but every day I was moving forward, little by little, even when it felt slow. The small steps also taught me patience. Before, I wanted everything quickly. I wanted success fast. I wanted happiness fast. I wanted healing fast. But life does not work like that. Life teaches us that real growth is slow but strong. Just like a tree grows little by little, day by day, until one day it stands tall and unshakable, we also grow in the same way. Looking back, I understand now that those small steps were not only saving me, they were building me. They were teaching me resilience, patience, and gratitude. The road had broken me once, but with every small step, I was becoming stronger than before. Chapter 5. The people who lifted me up. When I was walking this hard road, I thought I was completely alone. I thought no one could understand my pain and no one could help me carry it. But I was wrong. Slowly, I discovered that there were people around me who cared, who wanted to see me stand again, and who gave me strength when I had none left. These people became my light in the dark. Sometimes we think we must fight all our battles alone. We think asking for help makes us weak. But I learned that asking for help is not weakness, it is courage. It is courage to say, I cannot do this by myself. I need a hand. And when I finally opened my heart to others, I saw how powerful love, kindness, and support can be. There was a friend who listened without judgment, who let me speak freely about my fears. There was a teacher who reminded me of my potential, who told me, "You are not finished yet." There was even a stranger who smiled at me on a heavy day, and that small smile gave me the push to keep going. These people probably did not know how much they helped me, but their kindness was like a rope pulling me out of the deep hole I had fallen into. The most surprising thing was that support did not always come in big ways. Sometimes it was a short message, a warm cup of tea, or a few simple words like, "I believe in you." But those small acts of care gave me more energy than anything else. They showed me that I was not alone, and when you know you are not alone, the road feels less heavy. This chapter of my life taught me that people matter. No matter how strong we think we are, we all need others to lift us, guide us, and remind us of our strength when we forget it. The road had broken me, but the people who stood by me helped me rise again. They did not carry me to the end of the road, but they gave me enough strength to keep walking by myself. Chapter 6. The new strength I found. When I finally reached the end of that difficult road, I looked back and saw something surprising. The road had broken me, yes, but it had also built me into someone stronger than before. I was not the same person who had started that journey. At the beginning, I was afraid, weak, and unsure of myself. But now I had scars that told a story, and those scars were proof that I had survived. Life will always give us roads that test us. Some roads will be smooth, and some will be full of stones and sharp turns. We cannot choose what kind of road appears in front of us, but we can choose how we walk on it. The road that broke me also taught me how to walk again with courage. It showed me that strength is not about never falling. Strength is about falling, standing up, and moving forward again. I also realized that silence, pain, and loneliness are not the end of the story. They are just parts of the journey. They teach us lessons that we can carry with us. My broken road taught me patience, taught me kindness, and taught me to value small victories. I no longer laugh at small steps because I know even small steps can take us very far. The most important lesson I learned was this: we are stronger than we think. Sometimes we only see our strength when we are tested, and sometimes the road itself becomes our teacher. It may break us, but it also rebuilds us piece by piece into someone who is wiser, braver, and more ready for the future. So now, whenever I face a hard day, I remember that road. I remember how much I wanted to give up and how much I gained by not giving up. That road broke me, but it also gave me the strength I needed for tomorrow. And if this story touched your heart and helped your English learning, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and write your thoughts in the comments below. Your words matter, and I would love to hear your story too.